Hello, my name is Sofia and I'm studying the Hospitality Diploma at Chichester College. This presentation will be about the legal aspects that will affect the startup of hospitality business enterprise. So firstly, I would like to mention the keywords of this presentation. We'll be looking at the legal considerations that you should have when starting up a hospitality business. We'll also look at the UK laws that apply to every single running business in the UK. And we'll focus on companies in general. So we'll focus on the taxation of the insurances, of data protection, of all the laws that they have to follow, but also more specifically in our field, which is the hospitality industry. And we'll look at all the licenses and everything else that there has to be in order to open a hospitality business. Every single company that earns revenue is legally obligated to pay their taxes. These taxes would go to the HMRC, which is basically a department of the UK government that is responsible for collection of taxes. Different types of companies have different legal requirements. So I wanted to compare the sole trader and limited company. So with sole trader, you have to register with HMRC within the first 3 months of becoming self-employed. And that's even if you are doing this part-time and you're still employed somewhere else as well. And with the limited company, you have to register your business with Companies House, and you have to list all directors as well as persons with significant influence on the business. And if you fail to do so, you would face high fines. Another interesting difference is that a sole trader has to complete the annual self-assessment and pay their taxes and national insurance before January 31st. But the limited company has to also pay annual taxes return, but then as well a corporation tax, which is currently 19% of company's profits. And interestingly enough, if your turnover is greater than 85,000 in a 12-month period, the company would be required to register also for the value-added tax. Move to the employment legal requirements. Employment laws cover the complete life cycle of employment. It's really important that businesses know that they're fully responsible for their employees' safety, that employees should be treated fairly and with respect by their employers, that they should have the access to their holidays, sick pay, minimum wage, pensions enrollment, as well as to hold employers' liability insurance. So I've included some examples of the employer's legal requirements. One of the most important is definitely employment contract. It's a document where all the important informations for the employee as well as the employer are stated. Anything from details of working hours, places of work, benefits, but also employment rights, duties, and responsibilities. Employer's liability insurance, it covers legal costs and compensations if a business is sued by an employee who is injured or becomes ill as a result of working for the business. This is really important insurance. Another thing that's important to mention is health and safety. Businesses are legally required to provide a safe environment for the staff working. So this is meant as environmentally such as, no slipping floors, no hazardous equipment, nothing that could hurt them, but as well as mentally related. So there shouldn't be any bullying, there shouldn't be any discrimination. So nothing that could harm the employee's mental health. By a law which came into force in 2018, businesses must have appropriate legal grounds for processing personal data and must do so transparently. They must only collect and use personal information solely for a specific purpose for that company. This law was the General Data Protection Regulation. Finally, we have come to the license requirements for a hospitality startup specifically. In terms of restaurants, if you're planning on preparing, cooking, storing, handling, distributing food, you should register your business at least 20 days before opening. If you fail to do so, you could be fined or even imprisoned for up to 2 years. You can register with your local authority, and once you've registered, your business may be visited by the Food Hygiene Agency, which is really important to be prepared for this inspection because low rating can seriously harm your chance of success. Secondly, if your business sells any animal products, it must be inspected and approved by the local council in order to obtain food premises approval. To be able to sell alcohol, a member of staff will need a personal license to be authorized to sell alcohol, but also on top of this, you'll need a premises license, which will allow you to provide alcohol or any licensable activities, such as serving outside of standard hours or playing live or recorded music. And that's all for the legal requirements of a hospitality startup.